Good morning, PTSD Sports Play-by-Play. This is Rich Heller. Thank you for coming along with me. United States Navy. Very nice to meet you. A lot of shout-outs and a lot of work to go, so let's start digging. Miles in London, my beautiful daughter, and my handsome son, thank you so much for watching. I love you very much. Active, inactive, retired veterans, I can't praise you enough. God bless you. Thank you for everything you have done and continue are doing for our great country. Without our veterans, this country would not be as awesome as it is. Hats off to you. Salute. Bill and Steve, Dan and Heather from American Legion. You're my great friends at the Legion. You make it feel like home. Thank you very much. Frank Rizzo, you wanted me to give a special shout out to Kurt Busch. Kurt Busch is our NASCAR driver. He handed out 500 NASCAR tickets to the disabled veterans. Now, a guy that takes time out, not just to thank a veteran, but to honor them by giving them tickets and showing them a time of their lives, that takes time to acknowledge. Take a second and let that sink in. Kurt Busch did all that unselfishly for veterans that served our country. Hats off to Kurt Busch. And Jonathan from Georgia, I met him a couple days ago. Jonathan gave me a great quote I want you to listen to. Grab a pen and paper. Listen to this. Failure is the most important ingredient in success. You must have failure to succeed. And it didn't quite click at first, but now I sit back and think, yeah, no one's going to succeed miraculously, flawlessly the very first time. There's going to be kinks. And my son, my daughter, Miles in London, remember that. You will have failure, but you will succeed in the end. You will prevail, Miles in London. Please take that under note. While we're talking about NASCAR, let's just get right into some NASCAR news here. Am I the only one that gets chills when the Star Spangled Banner is being played at the NASCAR? You don't see it happen at baseball. You don't see it happen at the NCAA March Madness tournament. But NASCAR is truly an American sport. I never was a NASCAR fan. I'll say it every video. I never understood it. But the beginning really is what ropes you in. The patriotic aspect of the sport. Taking time out to say, thank you, country. Thank you, God. Thank you, veterans. Really, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. And again, hats off to all the pit crew. Pit crew is pretty much meaning when the drivers need to take a break and they need new tires or more gas or more oil, something like that. Those guys risk their lives every day, possibly getting run over. I mean, that's pretty, yeah, you need your big boy pants on for that one. I know I've said that often, but yeah, you really do. The classified section must be looking awfully bleak to be wanting to do pit crew. But they change the NASCAR tires in the speed of light. They're so goddamn quick. They're pop, 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 out, pop, 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 in. And the cars seem to, it only takes like 10 seconds. Wow. So yeah, that's truly a talent. And my friend Rob Funk, I love you very much, buddy. Rob Funk's an excellent guitarist. Look him up on YouTube. Rob Funk is right. The camera angles that they have in the NASCAR, the cars themselves, it's truly breathtaking. It makes you feel that you're actually in the passenger seat with the driver. The clarity, the angles, rear and front. Check out NASCAR highlights. You'll see what I'm talking about. It's truly insane. And also, I wanted to mention, I looked up online, Bubba Wallace's pit crew was suspended. They didn't do anything illegal, but the pit crew is suspended 4 races because of a loose wheel in the Austin race. Obviously, safety is priority after all the deaths, especially, God rest his soul, Dale Earnhardt Sr. There's been so much tragedy, and NASCAR is obviously thinking, first and foremost, safety. And Bubba Wallace's pit crew messed up. Consequences. It's life. You mess up, there's consequences. What else happened in NASCAR here? Let me flip the page. I got so many pages of notes, guys. sports is just blowing up right now. There was a green flag at Richmond, Virginia a couple days ago on Sunday. The final 10 laps at the race at Richmond, the lead changed almost like every 10 seconds, it seemed. Shockingly, the FedEx driver, Denny Hamlin, I watched the replay over and over again, and I didn't hallucinate. He literally had fire or sparks underneath the body of his car. Holy crap. You didn't pull over. You just kept rocking and rolling. He wanted that checkered flag. He earned that checkered flag. And I would not have the guts to do it. If I knew I was on fire, I'd pull over. Wouldn't you guys? So, impressively enough, he did earn the checkered flag. Let's see what else we got going on here. April 16 is an important day. April 16 is the start of the NBA playoffs. And it is when USFL starts. I mentioned it a few times before in my other videos. It's it's another variation of the NFL. It's enough to get you through the off season of NFL. And I really don't know what to make of it, guys, yet. I'm not going to talk high of it. I want to see one game, see if it's junk, see if it's for real. April 16, starting off there. Let's see, WWE, wrestling. I know, guys, it's fake, but I have to talk about the dead man. You have to show respect to the Undertaker. Over 30 decades of awesomeness, of destruction, of just sheer entertainment. I know it's not real, so I'm not going to sugarcoat it, but it was all entertainment, all awesome, goosebump central. John Cena even called him the Undead Phenom, and I completely agree with John Cena. Undead Phenom suits his name very well. Mark William Calloway, that's his full name. He went into the Hall of Fame. The entire crowd was chanting "You deserve it" throughout the entire induction ceremony. You deserve it. Cha, 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 cha. Yeah, I know it sounds a little elementary, guys, but when you talk about wrestling, you have to bring yourself down a little bit. Your IQ drops a little bit, I know, but it's wrestling. It's what has got us through our childhood mostly. Everyone was into wrestling. Don't try to admit you weren't. Either Dusty Rhodes, Ric Flair, Ultimate Warrior, Shawn Michaels, Undertaker, John Cena, Rock, whatever your pick is. You were a fan of it at some time. You got to admit it. And at 12:30 in the morning is when it ended, the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. He proudly announced, Mark Calloway, the Undertaker, proudly announced Jesus Christ as his Lord and Savior. I will not preach religion and I will not preach politics on this channel. Yet you have to admire his courage, standing up for his religion and giving props to the man upstairs. That took guts. Well done, Mark Calloway, the Undertaker. Rest in peace. What else we got here? UNC versus Kansas, the final championship game. Not final championship. It was the championship game for NCAA college basketball, UNC versus Kansas. I know Rob and I know a lot of other people out there are not college basketball fans, but buckle up. This is going to be a bumpy ride. Don't fast forward through this video. Enjoy every second of it because you're going to appreciate it. Kansas took an early lead. It was like 9-1, 9-3, something like that. It was like a 7-point lead, but UNC woke up. It was way too early to count UNC out. The score is tied 22 each when UNC scored 16 straight. What I mean by 16 straight is UNC, North Carolina, scored 16 points when Kansas, goose egg, nothing, a marble, 0 points. 16 points to 0 points. I mean, this was a championship game. This is supposed to be the creme de la creme, the number one versus number two. 16 points straight. You would think this is like the first game of the season. But in one word, that was dominance. Yet, Kansas opened up the second half with 6 straight points. I know it's only 6 straight points, but when you're down 15 at halftime, 6 straight points. Now you're only down 9. Kansas is knocking at the door just when North Carolina thought they had the trophy in hand by the end of the first half, letting everyone know that Kansas has not gone home yet. Kansas did not punch their plane ticket yet. They didn't give up. They must have had the most electrifying halftime speech ever. I don't know this Kansas coach for nothing, but I would have loved to have been a fly on the wall. Down 15 in halftime. What do you tell your kids? He lit a fire under them. 6 straight points to start it off, cutting the deficit from 15 to 4 points in merely like 5 or 6 minutes. Yeah, I know you're not a college basketball fan, but come on, tell me. Tell me that's not worth watching right now. That is truly March Madness. 100%, yes. As Kansas takes the lead 56-50 with 10 minutes left in the second half, Kansas recorded, again, I want to take my time saying this, Kansas recorded the biggest comeback in NCAA championship history. I'm almost speechless here because I'm getting chills and just getting overwhelmed here. I witnessed history. I hope you guys did too, watching the NCAA championship game. Kansas down by 15 in the second half, coming back from behind, taking the lead 56-50. So they were down 15. Now they're up by 6. Biggest comeback in championship history. Hats off to the Kansas Jayhawks. They ended up taking the championship. And here's the biggest reason why, my opinion. I really believe this was the turning point. Number 5, Bacot, B-A-C-O-T, for North Carolina. A nasty roll of his ankle. If you watch it online, Bacot rolling his ankle. Here's your foot, and here's how he stepped. He just twisted his ankle. I thought he broke the darn thing. But he rolled it with less than a minute left. Less than a minute left, guys, and it was about a 1-point game. Bacot, a big juggernaut in the North Carolina arsenal. He's out. And now what do? It's like taking your Michael Jordan out of the game. Huge momentum turn. 4.3 seconds left in the game. UNC's final prayer 3-point shot wasn't even close. It was air ball. Kansas, unbelievable. Hats off to you. You made everyone's night, even if no one was an NCAA fan. That was worth every second. You're going to tell your grandkids about it. The most miraculous comeback in NCAA history. And very important, keep in mind this as well. Kansas in the first half, Kansas, the champion, mind you, Kansas in the first half scored 25 points. That's it. The lowest they have ever scored in a half throughout the entire tournament. Second half, 47 points. Kansas almost doubled what they scored in the first half. 25 points in the first, 47 points in the second. That I would love to have just pay $50 to sit in that locker room during the halftime speech of Kansas. He must have tore those kids a new one, and they did it. They came triumphant. That was truly amazing. And also, I want to talk about this. I forgot to talk about it last video. In the middle of March Madness, when it was like the Sweet 16, around there, right in the middle of it, an unheard college named St. Peter's College in New Jersey, exactly, a nobody college, ranked number 15, defeated number 3 Purdue, becoming the first team ranked number 15 to advance to the Elite 8. Elite 8 means there's 8 teams left in the bracket. So you're not Penn State, you're not Michigan, you're not Ohio State, you're not Texas. Some small town college, St. Peter's, number 15, making history just like Kansas did, advancing to the Elite 8 for the first time, being ranked number 15. Well done, St. Peter's. I have to give them a shout out. I mean, that really, I would honestly love to watch that game again. So if you get the highlights, Purdue, St. Peter's, you'll enjoy it. Watch it. What else we got here? My throat's getting dry. There's so much going on right now. We talked about that. Golf. Again, not a golf guy, much like NASCAR. But Rob Funk, he pointed out something very important. I'm not a Tom Brady fan, but you have to give props to the GOAT, greatest of all time, GOAT. Not a golf fan, but you have to give props to the GOAT, Tiger Woods. Apparently, from my sources, Tiger Woods will be in the Masters. The Masters is the next event for golf. So, it starts this week. If you'd like me to follow anyone in specific, like the GOAT, Tiger Woods, comment, and I'm in on it. I'll follow whoever you want me to follow. I'm not going to watch it on my own, but if you guys really have an all-star that you want me to keep up with, let me know. I'm with you. And that, guys, that's it. I'm so glad because my throat is parched. I'm really thirsty. I really love my country, and I love what I did for my country. If you ever have the opportunity to join the military or tell your kids about the military, it is an honor. You leave with your head held high. The red, white, and blue. I pass flags flying in the air every day, just like you do. Take respect. Take a few seconds to, at a stoplight, look at a flag, close your eyes, and say thank you. Thank you to every veteran. Thank you to all the sacrifice, all the blood that was shed for our freedom. And also, please, this is not my channel. It's yours. Spread the good word, guys. This channel is raw. It's real. It is not meant as fake. I am raw as could be. I don't take 5, 10, 20 cuts. I don't edit my videos. This is me, unfiltered and raw. I do stutter. I do have memory lapses, but I'm real. Please pass the word. I want to help and join everyone else in America who is struggling out there with gas prices, with employment. Whatever you need, I want to be your friend. If you want to talk some sports, please let me know. I love talking sports, as you can tell. Anything I can do to help you guys. God bless you. Go USA.